Good morning, Ron, and good morning, everyone. It is Friday, August 28th. Here's what's happening. In its latest update, the State Department now says 90 Americans are among the roughly 1,300 people missing after a deadly flash flood in Nepal. A U.S. official confirmed that 3 American citizens were safely rescued, and there are no reports of American deaths so far. The death toll, which is already more than 380, is expected to rise. A severe weather event is firing up for well over 40 million Americans across the Northeast. Flyers are being urged to check ahead with ground stops and delays starting to pile up. New York City, Philadelphia, and Baltimore are facing a level 1 tornado threat. At least 47 people are dead and 22 others are injured after gang members attacked a church sheltering displaced people near Haiti's capital. The UN says the attack began Sunday night near Kenskoff and continued into Monday, with the death toll potentially rising. The city's mayor blamed Vive Ensemble, a gang coalition. Survivors reported burned homes and abductions. Other buildings were torched, including an evangelical worship center. Haiti's government has deployed reinforcements to support local police as the country continues to struggle with widespread gang violence. Poland's Catholic bishops are calling for the full restoration of religious education in schools ahead of the new school year. The Polish Bishops' Conference says recent government changes have reduced religion classes to 1 hour per week, moved them before or after other school activities, and removed their grades from GPA calculations. Church leaders argue religious education is a constitutional right based on freedom of religion and parents' right to raise their children according to their beliefs. The bishops are calling for the changes to be reversed and for greater dialogue between the government and religious communities. They are also raising concerns about a new health education class, arguing parents should have greater control over how sexuality is taught. The markets will be watching as Federal Reserve Chairman Kevin Warsh speaks today.
The Fed chairman will deliver the keynote speech at the central bank's annual symposium in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. In the past, Warsh's predecessors have used the event to discuss broad policy initiatives and to lay out conditions under which the Fed would adjust interest rates. But so far, Warsh has signaled a more hands-off approach regarding policy changes, while placing a greater emphasis on market direction. I'm Scott Carr.
And President Trump is following through on his threat to change the name of Lake Ontario to Lake America. Trump signed an executive order from the Oval Office Thursday saying the name change goes into effect immediately. Trump signed the order as the U.S. and Canada ramp up their trade war. The name of Lake Ontario predates the establishment of Canada and the U.S., and the word Ontario is a Huron-Wyandot word meaning Great Lake. I'm Matthew Handley and Ron Finn. That is the news this morning.